Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading for April. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Also, as I'm shuffling your cards, I will let you know about the planetary alignments as well as the energy that's available for you to tap into. But if you really don't want to hear that, then please fast forward this part until I show your first card, okay? So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know regarding April 2025? Can you please show them the way? What's in store? Well, April has literally sprung upon us, and we have officially started a new astrological year. Now, the sun has moved into the sign of fiery Aries, so it's time to embrace your inner rebel and expect your energy levels to rise, rise, rise. Now, over the last couple of months, of course, we have truly been dealing with some very challenging energy, but the eclipses are now out of the way for now. Both Mercury and Venus turn direct by mid-month, leading to a rare occurrence where all planets are direct, which means personally it's full steam ahead. Obstacles dissolve faster, complicated energy untangles itself with a total alignment for brighter things to come. Now things become more manageable during this period. So if you've been struggling with anything, this is a great problem-solving month to move ahead. And April is literally the payoff month for previous hard work, setting you up with opportunities to level up and shine. Now, the greatest of rewards can reach you during this period to set you up nicely for the rest of the year as you take charge of your life, lead with passion, creatively embrace your hobbies as well, and set your sights high whilst boldly striding towards accomplishing your goals. This really is the month to get assertive, to carve out the life that you've been manifesting and set yourself up for positive change. Now, of course, Saturn and Venus conjunct Rahu, the North Node, this month, which is pretty intense and really is a big deal as it has not occurred since 1968. And we only need to look back at that period in time to understand some of the challenges that the world faced, or even witnessed, shall I say, to realize what similarities we may encounter ahead. But on a personal level, expect some serious soul searching about where you see your future heading and where you feel like you belong. Now, Saturn will be really strict with you and force you to take a long, hard look at where you aspire to be, but also it will help you put plans in motion to be on track, so it's super positive. And it will also help you to break free from any challenging karma. Saturn delivers consequences for negative actions and rewards for positive ones. And Venus will make sure that you're making the right decisions to do what you love from your heart space, to harmonize your life and take the edge off the karmic exchange. So you may make some serious life-affirming decisions during April, where the universe will actually offer you fated opportunities and connections to make things happen for your highest good. Now, Neptune has moved into the sign of Aries, and this is a transition that it literally takes 165 years to complete, so it really is a fresh new cycle. However, with all this fiery energy whizzing about suddenly, there is a potential for the odd clash or argument. People tend to get a little bit tetchy during this period, so it's really important to channel your energy into pursuits that fulfill your needs or purpose. Otherwise, it can lead to a bit of frustration. Now, Neptune is the planet of inspiration, of course, and it will make you focus on your dreams and goals. It also influences you to concentrate and productively take action, you know, to remain focused and leave any temptation for procrastination in the dust. And the super new moon in the sign of Taurus on the 27th of April helps attract new money, encouraging new money-making ideas, maybe even financial rebates. Small increases in finances or even bonuses during this time can manifest in your life. You'll leave April super proud of all you've accomplished because you're going to be super busy and look forward to all that is to come. And of course, Venus has been retrograding until now, so if you've been feeling that languishing malaise recently, then this season will jolt you back into rediscovering your playful side to seek out new adventures. Whether you want to meet a soulmate or a friend for life, this is a strong time to build relationships. And of course, existing relationships are given a bit of a reboot of excitement as you leave any humdrum in the dust. And, you know, you may feel more flamboyant, bold, daring, and the universe responds by sending opportunities your way to enhance your life experience. Now, on a global scale, and if you don't want to hear this part, please fast forward, of course, Neptune in Aries often mixes a whiff of evolution and revolution to the air. You know, this is a period where the collective awaken at greater speeds, and it's time for shattering long-standing illusions, exposing secrets, scandals, you know, redacted documents come to light, and hidden information is revealed during this period. Now, of course, some of those things can highlight where areas are broken to push for societal change. I would say strikes, boycotts, things like that in various industries could also rise up during this period to push for fairer working conditions or even push back on technology cornering the market to limit the chaos of severances and redundancies. And of course, Pluto's opposition to Mars on the 26th of April might add some bumpy energy, exposing hidden financial truths that really need correcting, especially with trade frictions right now. We could also see a triggering of an unexpected power struggle, increasing a domino effect of conflict too. Now, we do have major solar flares to contend with during Aries season, which is already triggering unusual, unseasonal weather events, as well as increasing seismic and volcanic activity. You know, we had 3 flares happen just before that major earthquake in Myanmar. So this is something that does impact us energetically on this planet. And, you know, I did foresee in my channeled messages last year that there's going to be, of course, shifts all over the world, but 2025 is the year of fire and water. And, you know, I see a significant event where marine life unusually beach, indicating a major tectonic restructure to come involving an underwater volcano. Always look to the animal kingdom for their behavior. Instinctively, they make moves before world shifts. And of course, the Earth, it moves all the time. You know, it removes pressure. But this is a global awakening of the tectonic plates, a restructure, symbolic perhaps of humanity's restlessness with the way things are right now. And the pressure has truly been on, and the shifts of change are upon us to forge new landscapes for the positive. But on a personal level, you know, this month actually ushers in a fresh new feel to trailblaze adventurous pathways to all that you desire. April reignites your zest for life. Expect a flurry of activity, events, invitations, festivals, and opportunities to keep you on your toes as you actively keep your life moving forward whilst having fun along the way. But let's see what's going on with you, my beautiful Gemini, because I'm seeing a lot of good luck coming your way. You have the Wheel of Fortune twice. I mean, that is incredible. So your first card there, of course, is the Wheel of Fortune. So you're starting the month, you know, trying to transform your life. This is the wheel of change. Now, of course, in life, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. And I can see here that, you know, this month is more of you being up, okay? I feel it's really important to mention that your 5th house is governing you at the beginning of the month, and that's really the pursuit of pleasure. There's so much chaos going on in the world. It's not that you're ignoring it in the month of April. I feel like the pressure has been a lot. So with that 4 of Swords, you really want to protect your inner peace. You really want to just, you know, have some thinking time about your path. I feel like you're just exhausted and you just need a rest, okay? With that Wheel of Fortune, there's going to be increased opportunity to come your way where you don't have to make so much of an effort. I feel like you've put a lot of effort into your life right now, and the Four of Swords is like, okay, and I'm done. So a lot of you could be like very organized, trying to get all your projects finished because you're going to take a break. Four of Swords is like respite. It can be, you know, a small trip somewhere, especially with your fifth house. That's encouraging you to either have a staycation or go somewhere that is fun, or, you know, go to festivals or check out like new exhibitions or pop-ups or something in your neighborhood that's going to inform you and just help you relax, is what I'm seeing there. But, you know, you may have a little bit of an inner battle going on because your fifth house is like, get out of your head, go out there and seek fun. And the Fourth of Swords there is like, let's get in our head. Let's really think about things. Let's really strategize the next part of our lives. So you could have a little bit of thinking time, but that sun energy is really going to highlight some areas that you really need to focus on that is going to bring you a lot of peace, okay? Now, of course, I see a lucky break happening for you in the month of April, but it's something that you set yourself up for in the first place, because I'm being shown 3 coins in the water. It's connected to your plans. Whenever I see the 3 coins, it tends to mean something that you're building. It connects to the 3 of Pentacles, for example. You may actually see someone with like a necklace that has 3 coins on it, or you may be gifted a necklace with 3 coins on it, or a bracelet, or jewelry, or you may just find 3 coins together. So this is symbolic for you, and it's specific for you for the month of April. So look out for 3 coins gathered together. This is a signal or a sign from the universe that you are going to experience some sort of lucky break or sudden turn of events that are super positive. And I feel with that Wheel of Fortune in the resistance position, it's way overdue that you get some good luck. So I mean, we got the World card. Something challenging is ending for you, and I feel there is a fresh new start, and it is going to be a lucky new start. You know, some of you, new starts can come in many different forms. So it can be that you're like leaving a neighborhood, you're moving on to pastures new. Some of you could be trying out a new training scheme, or you could be like going into new education, higher education, but it's a new project. Some of you, it could be that you are trying new recipes or diets, or maybe even service providers. There's a lot of new things here for you, but I also see a lot of renewal going on in your life. So a lot of you, although that fifth house is saying, come on, let's get out there and have fun in the sun, basically. Hopefully you have a lot of good weather there. But, you know, it's more like you've still got responsibilities. We have the Empress energy, so I feel like, you know, you're in a receptive state to abundance. It's flowing to you, but already the hard work is in motion. So I see this is reward for all of your hard work. A lot of you, if you are in a career, this could mean that either you get like a good compliment about your work, you are recognized for your talents, your skills. Could also be like a new role available for you wherever you are at. You know, this could be a promotion. You know, Empress energy represents promotion when it comes to a career or working environment. It could also be, you know, an increase in finances or a bonus. So I do see here that something is going to put a spring in your step if you're in a career. I see that your reputation is increasing, but the Queen of Swords there and the Judgment card, it sets you thinking about your path and your purpose. So I feel things get pretty serious at the end of the month. And what I mean by that is you're busy, locked onto your goals, you're thinking about your future, and you know, you have a little bit of extra luck along your way there. But it requires a first step. For some of you, this is you launching a business, or, you know, being creative and being able to make money out of that creativity. It's about the law of attraction and the law of the universe, because there has to be receptivity. And what I mean by that is, you know, you are a very talented creative being. So this is about you tapping into, you know, birthing ideas, or, you know, hands-on creativity, whether you're a musician, actor, actress, you know, poet, writer. Even if, you know, you are creatively incredible in an industry that is not so acutely creative. It could be that you're the best accountant out there, or you're the best in your field. You are being recognized for being the best. You have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of wisdom, a lot of skill set, and you do it effortlessly. on the surface, that's what it looks like to people. You know how much hard work it requires to run your life. But I do see some sort of surprise opportunity coming your way, which may mean some sort of change or shift or new start. Okay. Of course, if you are launching a business or launching some sort of creative endeavor, it starts with a first step and it will ripple out into the rest of your life. I feel like your future self will really thank you. Now, of course, if you're not in a career or you're currently looking for a job and you have been sort of like putting your resume out there, Four Swords can indicate that you're really thinking about the next steps and you're actively seeking something that is going to align with your financial goals, but also with your skill set. And with the Sun energy, I feel like this is you kind of highlighting and spotlighting where you're good. You are very intelligent. You have a lot of wonderful ideas. You know, you have a very nimble mind. To have the Four of Swords and the Queen of Swords, you're very quick-witted. You're someone who is super fast when it comes to solving problems. You know, you're organized. When you set your mind to it, you know, you can do anything. And I feel like there is a role coming on in here where I feel with the Judgment energy, it feels very much like there's two opportunities coming in. One is a more senior position than the other. And I feel the senior position actually gives you creative control in some way, or it gives you an opportunity to really flourish in the role. But the other role, it doesn't feel as senior. It requires a lot of paperwork, a lot of data, a lot of like internet access and online kind of presence. So whatever that is, I feel you're going to thrive in both. But I also feel that one is going to be more enjoyable than the other. And your fifth house is saying, can you get the one that's got the good money and it's more enjoyable? And the answer is yes. So you may have to turn down a role in order to embrace another. So I do see a very creative endeavor coming on in here for you. I mean, looking at the finances, I would say with the Four of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, I get a feeling with that Queen of Swords energy, you get to negotiate a really good package for yourself. So don't sell yourself short, okay? That's something that's coming out there. Now, with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from that energy. I mean, if you're in an industry, I see, you know, you having new clients or new attention. The spotlight is on your ideas in this month, especially with your 12th house as well. Lots of thinking time to really get clear on your sense of purpose. So I feel, you know, you're going to be like recognized for your talents this month, and there are going to be opportunities that reflect that coming on in. And although you don't have any cards regarding money, I will pull some cards to just clarify that. I feel like you are in a state of abundance right now, so prosperity is flowing towards you, which means you're receptive to more. You're looking at you know, doubling your money or increasing your wealth, because that's what the Empress is all about. The money flows towards you, okay? Now, of course, some of you, let's move away slightly from the career sector part. Some of you, if you are pregnant, for example, this could be the month where you're going on maternity leave. I see that you're going to have a wonderful time. It's going to give you thinking time, organizing time as well, which is nice. It kind of prepares you there. With the Judgment energy, of course, this indicates that when baby arrives, your life is going to change completely. And some of you, especially if this is your first child, you know, I feel everything changes, but it's a beautiful experience and you're up to the challenge. You're going to be an incredible parent, okay? So if you're a little bit nervous about the like first steps because of the cards and their alignment, I actually see that you take to it naturally. There's nothing to worry about there, okay? So I feel like you're in good hands as well. And I feel there may be a friend who is taking some time off at the same time as you. So you get to spend some time with a bestie there as well, is what I see. But don't feel rushed to kind of like let everyone visit you afterwards, because I feel you may be a little bit exhausted. Give yourself some time to rest, okay? So with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from that energy as well. Now, ultimately, no matter what you're doing in life, whether you're retired right now, whether you are basically looking for a role, whether you are on a sabbatical for some of you, because that Four of Swords, some of you may be taking a step back and deciding to go traveling, or you're thinking about being a little bit more nomadic in your life, because this is a card of wondering, can you have no ties to a place? You know, the Fool card is an energy of you maybe planning some sort of like radical move or downsizing. For some of you, it can be that, you know, you're decluttering in the home space. Four Swords can indicate a lot of you at the beginning of April will spend time in the home space or will spend some thinking time. You're withdrawing in order to transform your luck. And I feel like you're changing your life across the board for the positive. You know, when you have that fifth house, this is the pursuit of pleasure, of course, but it's also about letting your hair down and going with the flow. Going out, having fun, accepting invitations. But the beginning of April, it feels like you're a little bit more withdrawn, okay, and more sociable at the end of the month. And it's like middle to end, okay? So there may be a little bit more of channeling that pursuit of pleasure into creative pursuits in and around the home space. So it could be that you're creating items for your home, or perhaps, you know, purchasing things for your home. Some of you may even revamp your love life. You're having a glow up there, and I feel like you could be talking to someone new. But what I'm feeling here is that it's almost like you're interested in what this person has to say, and you feel that they're a wonderful person, but the spark is missing, okay? So I feel like you may kind of like meet someone first before you actually meet the one. That's the energy that I'm getting here, okay? But of course, in order to meet that person, you've got to get out of the home space, unless you're online dating or, you know, dating through an app right now. So I feel when you meet a new person, I feel like you are out and about. Some of you may be traveling, of course, but I feel when you meet the soulmate, because I feel it's after, I just get an energy of you like letting go of something or letting someone down in the month of April. And it's not that you're letting them down because you've promised them something. It's like you're letting them down because you're saying, look, you're incredible, but it's not for me. This could be anything. It doesn't have to be a person. It can also be that you're purchasing something and you're shopping around saying, you know what, it's a wonderful item and I really am interested, but I'm going to shop around. I'm going to think about it, because everything in your cards is saying you're going to think about it before you connect to it. But the soulmate aspect, I feel, you know, you are on to the next. I feel there's one person that you're like, no, okay, wonderful experience. You may even remain friends with this person, but it doesn't romantically take off. The next person is the one that has that spark, that chemistry, okay? Now, of course, the Four Swords is an interesting card for your protagonist energy. It's almost like you have a lot on your mind and you are taking time to like make sure that you rest, like recuperate. Some of you, if you have had a procedure or an unwellness recently, it can be that you're just taking your time to get back to best and reflect on where you're at. But, you know, this card indicates a need for healing. And this could be body, mind, and soul. So decluttering, detoxifying. Maybe some of you are winding something down. It could be a project, could be, for some of you, it could be a business that you're winding down and then you're on to something else, or a project. I mean, with the World card here, a lot of you are productive this month. You know, you're focused on your goals, you're locked onto something, especially something that is ongoing. You know, it feels like you may have shelved a project, or you may have said, I'm going to come back to that. Well, that Four Swords helps you reconnect to something that you have in the background ticking over. So this could be something that you've been writing, because Four of Swords can connect to thoughts and swords of communication, writing, that sort of thing. So it can be that you've been writing something, but you like write it sporadically and then you come back to it. Well, this month you make a real clear decision to finish it or make a major move to complete it, because the World card is to complete something. A lot of you may also be getting closure on a challenging part of your life. And I feel this is a great month where you are stepping into like a brand new you in some way, where you're energized. A lot of you, if you've been struggling with hormones, for example, I feel like you get on target with that, and you may even meet a practitioner who can help identify what has been a trigger, or, you know, whether there's a deficiency or something like that. So it can help you even further. I also see there is an energy here of you being withdrawn briefly, and I feel there is a friend who reaches out. There's someone here who hears your silence. So if you've been feeling a little bit like left out in the cold by something, or you've been ruminating on something, because I feel there's like a withdrawal from something, and we have that Queen of Swords. Someone wants to know where you're at. Someone is missing you, and it could be that either, I mean, I don't see anything negative here. it's almost like the Fool card is in the resistance position. So you may be absent from something, or you decide to cancel something or rearrange something, and it's not typical behavior for you. So either you got something on your mind, or you just don't intend to do that particular thing because you're doing something else that's more interesting. For example, there's someone who actually notices your absence, and this is a really good friend. Okay, someone who notices your silence. That's someone who is a keeper in your life, and it's going to solidify your friendship there as well. Now, of course, the Sun card indicates that you are trying to have positive thoughts, especially when we have a Four of Swords. Four of Swords is thinking time in bed. Basically, if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there is a figure who is lying on, a bed, and there's a window, and it's a stained glass window, which tends to represent something that you're praying for, asking for, hoping that the universe will deliver peace. Of course, Pax is written on that window, and the swords are there. There are 3 swords above the figure, and that represents protection. And of course, there's 1 sword by the figure, which represents that at a moment's notice, they're ready to be on call. So for some of you, this can be that, those 2 things. One is that either you're taking some time out from something, but you're on call. Okay, it's like you're ready to move on something, but you want to take a rest. For some of you, it could also be that during times where you get thinking about life, and those 3 a.m. thoughts, for example, sometimes they can be very changeable. It can be about your path. It can be about your destiny. And a lot of you are thinking about your destiny, especially as you mature, because the Empress is there. As we get older, we start to also reflect on our childhood, our path, the things that we really want, the things that we have achieved, and of course, the world, because we have the world there at the center of your reading. So a lot of you are thinking about, positive thoughts, but also some negative stuff creeps in there. It's only natural, but I feel like you're trying to be a little bit more positive this month and remove yourself from anything that's negative, because you're wanting to zoom out a little bit more in order to distance yourself from anything challenging. And I feel with that Sun energy, there is something to celebrate. So the Sun is positivity, it's joy, it's success. So a lot of you are going to think more about your successes and think also about the positive times in your life, because whenever you connect to a vibration of gratitude and positivity, it actually attracts more. So I feel like you're really paying attention to your thoughts this month, especially when you are on your own, okay? Because those thoughts, they can run wild and they can be pretty changeable. Of course, we're all keeping our eye on the world. And the world is in the resistance position. So a lot of your thoughts may be like the world is upside down. Everything seems really crazy. It's almost like it's a world you do not recognize anymore. Something within you has changed because of the outside circumstances have also changed. Well, I see that you're navigating these changes really well. You may not feel like it, but I feel like you're in a really good position. And if you've been going through a challenging time, things are going to get infinitely better for you. And I see you taking control of your life in a way that does not pressurize you. So I feel a lot of you are managing stress levels with that Four of Swords energy. You're disconnecting from anything that messes with your inner peace, right? So with the Sun card energy, I do see here that you're trying to limit things that hurt you and embrace more things that you love, more pleasure, more passion. This is energy. So it can be that a lot of you, you're very high energy when you're interested in something, and it's like trying to recoup your energy so that you can have that vitality back. So a lot of you are also thinking about thoughts and how they can drain your energy, or maybe even a person, because I do see here that some of you deal with a person who, things are just never good enough, right? And I feel like you're promising yourself now that you're going to try and adhere to your own needs, because you're not here to make someone else happy. You're not tying yourself up with the responsibility of trying to appease another person. And sometimes that's challenging, especially if it's a family member, for example, or even a boss or a neighbor or something like that. Sometimes relationships are very delicate, but I feel you are recognizing that you can't please everybody all of the time. So you're really looking at the self with that Sun energy. And I feel like you're asking yourself, what brings me joy? What sets my soul on fire? What is that spark, that missing ingredient from life? And I feel like you're going after after it, you're pursuing it, and you're going to find it. And there's a lot of happiness and joy and success in the month of April there. Now, that's literally a gateway to happiness. So some of you, because we do have some travel cards here, the World card can indicate that, you know, you are getting everything organized because you're taking a vacation, and, you know, you're going to go out there, have fun, you're setting yourself free. Especially with that Fool card, it's like there's a lot of potential here to embrace your playful side this month, because anything that's in the resistance position, it will go into the upright, and you're taking a first step on something, and you're making an impact in some area of your life. Now, for some of you, this is more independence. You know, it can be that you are deciding to do something that you've always wanted to do, or you're returning to something that you used to do when you were younger that brought you a lot of joy. And I feel there's a lot of accolades of you kind of like being successful in some area, and it depends on what you focus on, because the Sun card is the spotlight. So you're putting a spotlight on your thoughts, on your inner peace. You're trying to remove yourself from drama and anyone who is like so challenging to please. I feel like you're not a people pleaser, but you know, if you do something nice for a person out of the goodness of your heart and still it's not good enough, I feel like you're withdrawing. You're like, I'm done with this. I can't do this anymore. So you know, if you've been focusing on being more active or training or putting yourself in higher education, for some of you, you know, this is where you're going to see like major expansion and major rewards. I feel a lot of you are looking at your health, especially mental health, with that Four of Swords and the Empress. The Empress is really focused on health, body, mind, and soul, choosing healthier options. You may even decide to grow your own food at some point, or maybe this is something that you're already doing. You know, you're going to find a lot of peace in nature as well. But with the Fool card, you know, this is a fresh new start. So on a practical level, a lot of you may be looking at like new contracts, service providers. Perhaps some of you are going to find a better deal elsewhere. With that World energy, something is starting with the Fool card and something is ending. So basically you're in the mode of starting and finishing things. So it feels very much like you're on top of your goals, you are hitting your targets, but you're not like forcing yourself to do it. It's happening naturally. You're going to be a lot more busy at the end of the month, of course, but I feel this is about like being independent. So some of you, it could be that you're trying to be more independent in your working environment, or be more independent in your neighborhood. It could be that you're getting involved in some sort of community activity, but now you're going to host something, or you're going to stand up and say, okay, I'm taking charge of this, you know, whatever this is. So I definitely see with this Fool card that, you know, you're focused on your prosperity path, you're focused on your projects, and you may be making some new steps towards making something happen that is going to, you know, help you reach your goal. It could be a new approach, for example, but I do see that there is evidence of you kind of like committed to something and then seeing undeniable evidence that it's paying off for you, because this is the start of it and this is the completion of it and this is success. You know, it's like, you know that you're going to complete something and you know that it's going to bring you greater rewards. It's almost like the hard work is already in motion and now you're going to reap the rewards of that, whatever that hard work has been. But also, I mean, I see some of you thinking about being more nomadic in life. Some of you could be thinking about where you feel like you belong in the world. I cannot ignore the fact that the World card is there and the Fool card. So if some of you are thinking about having a sabbatical, a year out, if you're lucky enough to have that, some of you may also, especially with that Queen of Swords energy, trying to get online to maybe earn money online so that you can be more free to explore the earth. So it could be that you're thinking about moving overseas, or, you know, relocating your business, for example. I would say get good quality advice regarding that. Someone who's in a position of authority to give you their, you know, expert opinion, for example, because I feel like they'll help you navigate any pitfalls of doing that. But the Fool card is like, you just want to be free. You want to leave pressures behind. So I feel this is a time for optimism, you know, even when things are challenging. And of course, that's easier said than done. But I do see here that you are going to be able to move forward with greater ease this month. And if you are deciding to move abroad or go traveling or be more nomadic in your kind of industry, whatever it is that you do, I do see that it is going to be a little bit disruptive at first. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel that, it may feel like you're taking one step forward at first and then two steps back, but actually push through that energy when the moment is right. And what I mean by that is there may be like you have a date in mind that you want to do this at, but I feel like it could be that it's delayed briefly because of paperwork. So whether that's a visa, passport, or some sort of like a process or step that you have to take, I just see like a minor delay. It's not a glitch, okay? I see that you're going to get the paperwork, you're going to get everything to move forward, but the place that you're going just actually has a slower process. That's something that's coming through. Moving away from the energy, the World card in the resistance position at first, it basically means that, you have unfinished projects that you're going to be focusing on. And I feel a lot of you with that Four of Swords is going to be on your mind. You have a lot on your to-do list, but you're also going to cross those things off. And ultimately, I feel like you're working towards a goal of financial freedom and, to put yourself in a position where you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. A lot of you may be thinking about pensions, 401ks during this period. Some of you are even thinking about, when you retire. So it can be you're looking at like when you started work in the working environment, and you may be counting like the years, or you may be counting like the points or something, like a point system as to whether you can retire. You may be counting your finances during this time in order to kind of like have some sort of basic date of when you want to retire. Again, I feel some of you may delay it slightly. It's not that it's going to be a major impact on you, but I just get this energy of delay with that. So it could be that you decide to, retire in the month of May. I'm just pulling a month out of my head there. And then you're like, okay, maybe it'd be better in August, actually, because I want to go and travel here. And that would just be a nice transition so I can get everything organized, and it's more seasonal to go during this period. So, it could be that you decide, because right now you're making the decisions. You're calling the shots, especially with that Queen of Swords energy. Now, I do see here for some of you, and I don't like to give this message, there is a person, I feel it could be an ex. I mean, we're still like in Mercury retrograde until the middle of the month. I see some of you may have someone from your past, doesn't have to be an ex, okay? But someone from your past may reach out and you really don't want to hear from this person. I see that you're very withdrawn from this person, but it sets you thinking. And this person, I mean, they're very immature in their energy. With that Fool card, with the Wheel of Fortune, very chaotic person. This person, very disruptive. I would say you're stuck in a rut with this person. It never moves forward. So either this is a family member who comes in and causes a lot of chaos, or an ex, or a frenemy, or someone. It just feels like someone is going to try and come back into your life, but you're holding your own. You value yourself in a different way, and you're like, not today, not ever. I just get an energy that you're turning your back on the past, because that Queen of Swords energy is like you're done, okay? These can be aspects of self. I cannot ignore the fact that there are two people, but I will pull a card on this now just to check that out. But I want you to be aware of that. The Judgment energy is like, this person and their approach can make you think about whether you are doing the wrong thing, whether you're being the one who is like unsupportive or uncaring. But actually, I feel like you are so fed up with this person's approach all the time. It just ends up in the same way. It's a cycle of repeat. And because you have so many cards regarding cycles, I see a lot of you like cutting out cycles this month. You're just done. You're so fed up. You're exhausted with it. It drains you. So you don't want to connect to this. And this can be across the board. I see a lot of you like shedding something old and familiar because you want to break an old habit. And you realize that if you do not change, you accept, and you don't want to accept this anymore. The Moon card, okay? So this can put you up in your feelings. It can make you feel a bit sensitive. The Moon card, it's like you're uncertain, you're confused, like, why does this always happen? It's because you're having a glow up. It's because you're stepping into a lot of success. It's because, you are having healthier boundaries. This is like a test, and your value, the Sun card. You're just out there shining your light, okay? The Moon card and the Sun, it's like anything that drains you, you're moving away from. The moon cannot shine all by itself. It requires the sun, okay? And you're shining out there as the sun. This person, they need you in some way. They need you so that they can feel either better about their situation, or they can like borrow off you or drain your energy on something. You know, I'm not here to judge the situation, but because you have the Judgment card, I feel like, you know, the gates are closed on this. I mean, you've got 2 cards here where the gates are closed, and you get to decide which gate you open. And, you know, what's the best view, basically. Some of you, that literal sentence is you asking, where do you feel like you belong? What is the best view? I feel like you're choosing the best view of life this month, because nothing is going to break your stride, is what I'm seeing there. And remember the 3 coins, I'm being told. Remember the 3 coins. Yes, well, that came up there. I mean, I want to show you, there's a lot of circular energy, okay? You've got like lots of wheels or circles as one. I mean, oh, wow, if I even think about it, look at that. We've got that wheel. We've got the wheel. We've also got like a circle in the background of that 4 of Swords, and we've got the sun there. So this can be like 3 circles. Here we have, I mean, we've got a planet there, which could be a circle. We've got 3 circles right there. So I feel this is a change in your fortune month, and I feel it's connected to your plans. I mean, I would say in terms of good news, something hidden comes to light. Something's being orchestrated behind the scenes that will come to your attention in the month of April, and it's really positive. It's a month where you kind of like put your worries into view and realize actually there was nothing to worry about. So that's something that's coming out there, especially with that sun energy crossing off. It's almost like, you know, thanks so much, I'm truly grateful. I'm being given this energy. I'm going to try and decode it. I wish I was given the words on this, but I'm not. I'm just being given a feeling. It's so overwhelming. It's like, when the sun shines on you, you know, it creates a shadow behind you. So it's like the shadows are behind you this month. It's not something that you're focused on. I feel like you're in the spotlight this month, and anything negative is behind you, or any shadows are behind you, or anything that you've been worrying about behind you. Okay, so that's something that is being shown to me right now in the energy. Now, the Empress, of course, this is a card that basically highlights that you're a great parent. So if no one has told you this, I definitely see here that you're doing a really great job with like a challenging situation, of course. But I feel like you're guiding this person to be a really honorable human there. But also the Empress is like birthing new ideas, okay? It can be that there's a flow of abundance coming towards you because you're remaining productive and honoring your heart space, doing things that you love, tapping into your talent and keeping things fresh, because some of you may have felt really stuck or stagnant recently. I mean, with the Empress energy, I feel there is a legacy thought connected to this right now. It can be that you're thinking about your path and who you are. And as you start to mature, you're wondering about your sense of purpose, because the Judgment card is all about purpose. It's about moving forward, and it's about you judging the things that you have connected to and the decisions that you've made. But I want you to be aware you're making the right decisions, and any challenging decisions that you had to make in the past, you made the right one for the path that you're on, is what I'm seeing. I'm going to pull some cards on the Empress energy because I'm getting like an aesthetic energy right now where you're focused on like beautifying yourself, maybe making some additions to your wardrobe, for example, you know, really looking at yourself. And you're really attractive both inside and out. You have a beautiful heart, but also it shines on the external features that you have as well. And I see someone, I'm actually being given this energy of someone being a bit jealous of who you are and what you stand for or what you do. And this person, they may give you like a backhanded compliment. They're not going to try and tear you down, but there's a sarcasm in the way that they compliment you. This person, be a little bit wary of this person, because I feel like, you know, if you're creating anything, this is the sort of person who would try to take your ideas, copyright anything, you know, lock it down, patent it, or whatever it is that you have to do to any creative ideas. 7 of Cups. Yeah, this person, they're very inconsistent in their energy, but they look at you like you can do anything. You have abilities where they do not. And, you know, you have so much power of possibility, and they're quite a negative person. So it's like they see the glass half empty, and you try to see the glass half full as much as possible. But let's bring it away from their energy. You know, the Seven of Cups is basically to utilize your imagination to basically visualize the life that you want and make it happen, which is what I see happening for you with that Queen of Swords. You're organized, you're pushing forward, you have the courage to go after whatever it is that you desire. And, you know, I feel the latter part of the month, you're going to be connected to like phone calls, emails, administrative tasks, okay? I see a lot of you, if you are connected to the internet as well, in terms of like running your life, I would say that things run a little bit smoother for you at the end of the month. Save down anything that you are working on, especially at the beginning of the month. There could be some glitches there. I mean, look at that. The moon and the sun has just come out again. So we've got that sun there, we've got the moon, and we've got the Seven of Cups. So this can be, some of you are feeling a little bit uncertain, okay, but you do have options, and the sun is like, suddenly you see clearly. Suddenly, when you're more relaxed, the solutions come. I always say that whenever I'm dealing with a problem, I sleep on it, okay, because the brain is an incredible supercomputer, and in sleep, it will work things out. So you can wake up and suddenly have like an epiphany or a realization, and you literally have the Four of Swords, which is like sleep on it. Okay, a lot of you may even dream about some sort of prosperous good luck or good news, and suddenly it's delivered to you. This is a very exciting month for you. You know, looking at your energy, it's not that things are not happening for you. I feel like they are. I feel actually there's a lot of good news available. One major piece of news coming in here for you. But I feel this is about you keeping life running smoothly, focused on your goals, and you know, honoring yourself and valuing yourself to a high degree, and not allowing anyone to tear you down, especially your own thoughts. Okay, so I feel that's something that's important. I mean, a lot of you may be like, I need a massage, or I need to just relax, and that sun card has like a bath on it. So some of you could be detoxifying, and it's a very cathartic month there, especially because your 12th house is influencing you. So that is the deepest part of your chart. So you may feel more sensitive than usual. You may commit to connecting to your higher self on a spiritual path. Some of you may decide to go on a spiritual retreat or a spa day, if you're lucky enough to do that, or you know, you may just launch yourself into yoga or meditation. I feel a lot of you are like thinking about your path, but you know, you're not allowing it to overwhelm you, and you could be like focusing on your health, body, mind, and soul, and utilizing practices like manifestation, meditation, mindfulness in order to help you keep an even keel to stay locked on to your goals. Now, I just want to pull a card on these two figures, because we do have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is all about, you know, your path. It means that you're making a major decision this month. You need to think about it before you act on it. And when you've got the answer, which you will have, this is a great month for you receiving the answer. I mean, you may soundboard it with a person, because I see two people here at the end of the month. So this could be like, you know, a conversation with you and a person where you kind of like see them in a new light, or you judge them in a different way. Now, you're not a judgmental person, my beautiful Gemini, but something that they say, you're like, what? I feel like you take a step back from someone in the month of April. So let me just see what that is. Wheel of Fortune and the Death card. It's fated to like either end this relationship, or, you know, you're outgrowing a person or a situation. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune and the Death card, these are two major arcana cards. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. Also, I am being given a very strong energy that if you have someone who is super close to you in spirit, someone who has passed over, because we do have the Death card there, Wheel of Fortune, this person is going to make their presence so overwhelmingly known. You may feel somehow that you've been detached, that you've been on autopilot, kind of grieving the situation. Four of Swords can indicate that you've been healing a grief. I'm sending you a huge amount of love and light to you, you know, with so much love and respect there. Please look out for the 3 coins. This may also be a sign from them in spirit to say, look, I'm still here. I got you. I don't know if you saw that. The light flickered there. Like, I've just got one major spotlight here to kind of highlight the cards for you. And there was like a major, like, flicker in the light for me. I hope it got caught on the camera there, but I'm getting true chills here as well. I feel like they're trying to communicate with you, saying, keep to your plans. Your plans are moving forward. Yes, it's frustrating. Sometimes it does feel like it's 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, but you've got this. And I feel like they are supporting you on your path. Also, I'm being given this energy that I mean, there could be some sort of anniversary in and around this date, but I feel in quiet moments, there's something about hearing like a familiar sound is what I'm hearing. So it's like a familiar sound. So you may suddenly like break the wall. And what I mean by that is the wall between the worlds, the veil between the worlds, like is quite thin as we move into a new astrological year. So you could be like lying on your bed, for example, just chilling with your thoughts, and suddenly you hear like the clinking of like a cup, someone making a cup of tea or a coffee, for example, and you're like, what? And it was just a moment, a flash, and it just reminds you of a person, and you're like, oh my gosh, and it makes you feel overwhelmingly emotional, but that's a signal from your person like, I'm here, I'm still making you a cup of tea, I'm making you a coffee. I mean, sorry, I'm just grounding my energy, my beautiful Gemini, because I can feel this overwhelming sense of, you know, emotion there. So if that is you, with a lot of love and respect, this person is going to make their presence known, okay? I did not expect that energy to come out in a monthly reading, but it is coming out for a reason. It's pushing through, especially with that Death card energy. The Wheel of Fortune is like, I'm sending you better luck. This person is making sure that you get better opportunities, be on a better path. And if you are someone who is grieving a relationship or went through a divorce or a separation, there's someone in spirit who is saying, I'm sending you someone better. Okay, so that's something that's coming through as well. Okay, so with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to disconnect from that energy. I mean, I feel more than anything, my beautiful Gemini, that you're kind of being a little bit stricter with yourself at the end of April, where you're kind of like trying to get back to best. You're valuing yourself in a different way. You're locked onto your projects. You're not letting anything or anybody dissuade you or disrupt you or distract you. And the Judgment card is like, you heavily judge yourself sometimes with that Queen of Swords. Sometimes you can tear yourself down because you feel like you're not exactly where you feel like you should be. But I feel actually you're on the right path, and you're on the right path to more. So I'm quite excited about your month ahead. I feel there's some sort of communication coming on in that brings prosperous news. Okay, and for some of you, you'll also celebrate some sort of news with another person. Okay, so it could be if you're in a syndicate or you're launching something together. Some of you could go traveling with a person, and it just feels like suddenly both of you get really great news, and you're both like celebrating each other and each other's news there. Let me see your money. It's not that you're not focused on money. I feel this is a very cerebral month for you, where you have a lot on your mind and you're more focused on your sense of purpose and your path. It's like, what is my destiny? And you're taking one step towards being closer to your destiny. It just feels like a bit of a ripple effect going on for you this month. A lot of you as well, you're kind of like closing out childhood chapters. Generational wounding. We got the Devil card. And we got the Three of Swords. Okay, so Devil card and Three of Swords, I was just clarifying money. So this can be that you're a little bit worried about finances right now, or you've been feeling the pinch with that Three of Swords energy. I do see here that, you know, you are stricter with yourself with your finances, and I do see that there are going to be opportunities for you to increase your wealth, whether that's through like second streams of income or increases. I do see that there is more there. The Devil card can also indicate that your money's stuck at a certain plateau. And the Three of Swords can indicate that, I'm getting, thank you so much, I'm truly grateful. I'm getting an energy here as well of a misunderstanding. So there could be some sort of misunderstanding with a financial institution or with like a repayment plan in the month of April, but it gets sorted. I feel like you talk to someone and they are just like a job's worth. So if you have to call customer services regarding something to do with money, it's like the first person you deal with, they're just not really helpful. I hate to say that, but the second person, it's like if you ask for a manager or someone who's in charge, I don't feel like you're being horrible about it. I feel like you're actually asking because you feel frustrated that things are not moving forward or coming to a positive conclusion. So the second person you talk to will help you. Okay, that's something that's coming out there. Also, the Devil card and the Three of Swords, I would say don't, click on any unsolicited links, for example, especially if they're from a financial advisor. The Devil card can indicate like scammers or people sending like an email or something, especially if it looks like it's from your financial advisor or your financial institution where you house your finances. Those sort of institutions, they don't tend to send you emails. In fact, I feel like they don't send emails and they don't send links. They may send you like an email to say your account has like a new message, but there's no link to say click here. I feel it's important that you actually go to source. So if you receive any sort of like communication, whether it's a text, whether it's an email regarding your finances, and it says click here, there's an urgent message, someone's using your card or your account, don't click the link. Call the source, go to your branch or whatever it is, or call online, but don't associate with the, thing that you're sent, because swords can be of the ether. Okay, it can be a miscommunication, but the Devil is there, so it's on purpose. So it can be a misleading thing there. Let me just pull one more card. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardians, Angels. Ten of Cups. Yeah, so positive conclusion, I would say, looking at the Ten of Cups, there is going to be more. There's going to be more abundance towards you and your family. It's like right now in the month of April, you may not be super, super rich, okay? But you are sort of moving forward to amplify your wealth. There is what I'm seeing, okay? But also I feel that this month, it's more about family, it's about friends, it's about your sense of purpose. A lot of you, as well, if your parent or guardian is on the earthly plane, some of you may have to take care of some aspect for them. So I see you in carer mode. This could be something that is document related or maybe even technological. So you may have to help them with some sort of technology. And I feel there may be some new tools or technology that can help for some reason. It doesn't have to be connected to health. It can be something that's connected to like a cell phone, for example. You may be teaching your parent or guardian how to do something online that can be social in nature. Like getting them like on a social media app, for example. For some of you, you may be connected to like a social media platform and you're teaching a parent or guardian how to do it or what you do, or you're really proud of something that you're doing and you're showing them. That's something that's coming out there as well. Okay. We've got solitariness. Yeah, this withdrawal energy. Interesting. There's 3 birds on that card there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What else do they need to know regarding the month ahead? So we have... Oh yeah, look at this. So it could be that you're literally withdrawing in order to recharge your energy so you can get out there and make life happen for you, because we do have that solitariness. So this is thinking time. The birds are like the little whispers of the soul, okay? And they can represent like a social aspect. So it can be that like you're chilling, you're withdrawing from society just for a little bit to, focus on your responsibilities. And it says here, desert, it's number 13, and number 13 is to change, it is to transform. So it's like there is a difference of being alone, being solitary, and being lonely. And for some of you, if you have been feeling lonely, I see, you reconnecting to people at the end of April, getting out there, having fun. A lot of you may actually meet a friend for life during this month as well, in some sort of social group there. But this card, it can indicate that you need to protect your inner peace. And, even if you look at the meaning of this card, it literally means like you do not need much right now. You're working on developing simplicity in your life. There's more to life than like accumulating objects. I did kind of like mention at the beginning, some of you could be downsizing, or if you're decluttering, it could be that you're selling pre-loved goods, or, you're kind of like working out that you don't need much in life to be happy. Some people talk to like the most wealthy people, and they always say, wealthy people, money doesn't make me happy, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm sure if I was wealthy, I could find some things to do that would make me happy. But of course, happiness really does come from within. Okay. It would be nice to be like super wealthy like these people. But, you know, it's like, is it possible that the world could ever get to a place where everyone just had enough? Had what they needed in life to be sustainable, to be happy? Why is there this need for greed? You know, so I feel this energy here of you this month really tapping into what makes you happy. And it doesn't have to be things outside of yourself, although I feel like you're attracting a lot of prosperity and you're making your life run smoother. So I do see a lot of good luck and good news going on here for you. But at the same time, you're kind of like really thinking about what is the missing ingredient. A lot of you are rekindling your passion on something. You're taking a first step on something. The ignition is the start of something that sets your soul on fire. And I really feel this could be a new passion project or a new way of living, new way of life. And it says fire there. This is a month to set your soul on fire. So this is like you living your passions, allowing your spirit to drive you forward, to not overthink a situation. And that's why your fifth house and the Four Swords is going to give you a little bit of an inner battle, because you're going to want to think about things, but you don't want to overthink it. You know, this is the time to innovate and take action on something that you've been thinking about. Okay, now is the time to move forward on it. And, you know, this card can also represent you rekindling a part of yourself that you feel that you've been disassociated from. But also I feel some of you could find a mentor or someone who really inspires you this month, that helps you move forward on something that you've been trying to for a long time. And, you know, as I said, at the end of the month, and this is the end of the month card, you know, there's a lot of joy. There's a lot of going out there, having fun, raising vibrations. And ultimately, I feel like you're trying to be more positive and attract more positive things into your life. There's a lot of details going on, but I feel this month is you doing like a big thinking period where you're like, what makes me happy? Am I on the right path? What is my path? As I'm maturing, what's going on there? You know, what's my sense of purpose? Sometimes as we mature, we may feel that people start to like see us as invisible, right? So it can be that you are wrestling with these thoughts right now, but this is you kind of like embracing higher vibrations, you know, allowing yourself to let your hair down. This is also about you utilizing music to change your mood. So I feel like you're creating ways to express yourself fully and move forward. So a lot of you, with that Queen of Swords energy and the music card, it can be that if you are creative, you're expressing your feelings through your art. And this is something that is going to get a lot of attention and a lot of money. For some of you, it could also be if you're the best, like, construction worker out there, you know, you have incredible ideas, you have skill set, talent, you know what you're doing, you have experience, and you know, you're not sweating small stuff because you're in control, you're in command, and people are going to notice that you're so good at what you do. Same with a parent energy, you know, a parent is being a full-time job as well. So it can be that, you know, sometimes people dismiss being a parent as a job, which, you know, sometimes, you know, you're doing a job and being a parent at the same time. And it's like, that's two jobs. You're holding up two jobs. And people should literally put on their resume that they're a good negotiator in situations, because dealing with children, you have to negotiate. So it can be that, you know, all those skill sets of being a parent can be transferred into like some sort of career as well. I mean, being a parent should be listed as a career and should be paid accordingly, in my humble opinion, because, you know, unsung heroes, that's what I've got to say with that. But I feel this is a month of like you kind of like thinking about a project or thinking about something that you want to do or get started or return to, and your passion is coming to the fore, and then you're just going to kick back, relax, and be really proud of yourself and say, yep, I did it. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we have a bat. Okay, now when we've got a bat, that can indicate that you're protecting yourself against energy vampires. Okay, some of you, because we do have a health energy with that Empress energy, it could be that you're going for a blood test, for example, just to see what's draining your energy. It could be that You may also be going for some sort of tests. It can identify what's going on there because something is fluctuating with you right now, whether it's hormones, whether it's like a vitamin deficiency or an imbalance. So I definitely see here that you're going to be on optimum best, but it needs to be judged first, maybe by a practitioner. So I would definitely say there's nothing negative here, but it's always important to make sure you check it out. And of course, we've got the teddy bear there for comfort, but also with the Fool card, you know, this can be that you are thinking about when you were younger and, you know, all the challenges that you faced till now, and that you are someone who is more than capable of reaching your destiny, completing your goals. You've been through some stuff. And if you're a parent, of course, this can be like highlighting that you're going to spend a lot more time with your children this month. For some of you, you may even get pregnant this month as well. So if you're not hoping to get pregnant, I would say take precautions, because there is a sudden energy about this. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune twice is sudden. Okay, so I would say sudden good luck, sudden opportunity, sudden windfall, suddenly seeing someone with new eyes, suddenly deciding to launch something or start something, getting back into the flow of productivity and being excited about something. So I would say expect the unexpected, but at the same time, I would say honor your body and your needs and make sure you get good quality rest as well. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini, and love and light.